parents? That was a close call moment. When I brought my 4-year-old daughter to the ER for vomiting, I thought we were dealing with a stomach bug. Mia had thrown up 3 times since I picked her up from daycare and couldn't keep anything down, but kids get stomach viruses all the time, right? Every time she tried to sip water, she would vomit again within minutes. I'm talking violent retching that left her shaking and crying. Her breath had this weird sweet smell that made me nervous. I kept telling the triage nurse, she's type 1 diabetic. I think her blood sugar might be really high. Can someone please check? And the whole time Mia was draped over my shoulder. Her breathing was fast and shallow. The nurse on duty, this woman with long blue hair and the most bored expression I'd ever seen, sighed. Ma'am, it's probably just stress. Kids these days get worked up about anything and everything. I froze, her words circling around my head like sharks. Just stress? My baby's skin was gray and clammy. I'd been managing her condition for months. This wasn't just stress. I insisted. But she's breathing fast and her breath has that fruity smell. Those are warning signs, aren't they? The nurse rolled her eyes and started chewing her gum with her mouth wide open. We'll call you when a bed opens up. Have a seat and calm down. I tried to take deep breaths and even play my 432 Hz sound frequency. But 10 minutes turned into an hour turned into 2. And before I knew it, I had been sitting in the waiting room for 5 hours with no follow-up. Mia was getting worse, barely conscious at points. I kept going back to the desk, but the same nurse brushed me off every time with still waiting on a room. Eventually, I'd had enough. I stood up to find a water fountain and caught sight of their tracking screen. Listed in green dry erase marker were all the waiting patients. Sitting right there was Mia's name. Beside it, I expected to see the word emergency or room needed, but no. Right there, in plain English, were the words give glucose tablets and send home. My blood ran cold. Send home? No one had even tested her blood sugar yet. I stormed over to the nurse. Excuse me, but why does the board say give glucose tablets? Her blood sugar is high, not low. Nobody has even tested her. She barely looked up from her computer. The physician already assessed her based on symptoms. He'll start fluids when we get a room. My voice shook with anger. Which physician? No one has so much as looked at her. She finally met my eyes, visibly annoyed. The doctor's been monitoring all the cases. You must have been distracted. I was done playing games. I approached the charge desk and demanded, I need the name of tonight's emergency physician, right now. The desk clerk said, that's Dr. Poe, currently with a trauma patient. I planted myself where I could see the hallway and waited. When I saw a woman in scrubs with a right badge walking by, I practically jumped in front of her. Dr. Poe, I'm Mia's mom. Can you please tell me why you ordered glucose tablets for her? She stopped and looked genuinely confused. I'm sorry, who? I haven't ordered anything for anyone named Mia tonight. My pulse hammered. She's the 4-year-old with diabetes, vomiting, and fruity breath. The nurse said you diagnosed glucose tablets. Her entire demeanor shifted. Glucose tablets for fruity breath? Number absolutely not. Let me see her right now. Dr. Poe crouched beside Mia, noted her breathing pattern, and her face darkened. I need a glucometer and crash cart. This child's in ketoacidosis. I looked back at that blue-haired nurse who had become fascinated with filing paperwork. The blood sugar reading was 485. Dr. Poe told me if we'd given her those glucose tablets, it would have pushed her blood sugar even higher and killed her within hours. I want that nurse away from my daughter immediately, I told the doctor. She nodded and had security ensure it. They rushed Mia to the PICU that night. The doctor said her blood had turned so acidic it was shutting down her organs. Those glucose tablets would have been like pouring gasoline on a fire. The next morning, a hospital administrator came to Mia's room to apologize. She explained that the nurse had confused the protocols for high and low blood sugar and didn't follow proper assessment procedures. Confused the protocols? She almost poisoned my kid. That's when I saw her. The blue-haired nurse in uniform passed right by me. They didn't fire her, just gave her a slap on the wrist and called it a day. That's when I realized my mom was right. If you want something done right, you truly have to do it yourself. Full story on channel, link below.